In the vast journey of life, every human being seeks purpose and meaning. We strive to live not just a long life, but a life that matters, a life that touches others, fulfills our inner calling, and leaves a legacy. But what does it truly mean to live a meaningful life? Is it fame, success, wealth, or something more subtle, something deeper? The search for meaning since ancient times, philosophers, sages, and spiritual leaders have pondered this profound question. Meaning isn't something we stumble upon. It's something we create through choices, actions, and attitudes. It's a personal journey shaped by values, relationships, and inner peace. The Buddha's insight on meaning. The Buddha taught that true meaning comes from understanding the nature of life, letting go of attachment, and cultivating compassion and wisdom. In his words, your purpose in life is to find your purpose and give your whole heart and soul to it. A meaningful life, according to the Buddha, is one where suffering is transformed through insight and ethical living. Living beyond selfish desires. A life driven only by material desires often leads to emptiness. The Buddha explained that craving is the root of suffering. When we live only for possessions or status, we find ourselves in a never-ending cycle of dissatisfaction. True meaning arises when we live for something beyond ourselves. Viktor Frankl's message. Austrian neurologist and Holocaust survivor Viktor Frankl, in his book Man's Search for Meaning, wrote, "Those who have a why to live can bear with almost any how." He believed that even in the harshest conditions, life has meaning if we can find purpose in suffering, in love, and in responsibility. Service to others, serving others is one of the most fulfilling paths to meaning. Mother Teresa lived by the principle, "A life not lived for others is not a life." When we ease another's burden, we grow in compassion and joy. A meaningful life isn't measured by what we get, but by what we give. Love and relationships strong. Loving relationships add richness to life. As the Dalai Lama said, "Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive." In nurturing connections with family, friends, and community, we find belonging and shared purpose. Living with integrity. Living meaningfully means staying true to your values. Mahatma Gandhi said, "Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony." Integrity brings inner peace because we are aligned with our deeper truth. Simplicity and mindfulness. Meaning isn't found in more. Often it's found in less. The Buddha encouraged mindful living, being fully present, aware, and content in the moment. In a world obsessed with speed and excess, mindfulness allows us to appreciate the beauty of now. Passion and purpose. When you do what you love, you live with fire. Steve Jobs once said, "The only way to do great work is to love what you do." Discovering and following your passion adds a sense of excitement and commitment to your journey. Accepting impermanence. One of the core Buddhist teachings is anicca, or impermanence. Everything in life changes, youth fades, situations evolve, people come and go. Embracing this truth helps us to live deeply and meaningfully in the present moment, without clinging. Facing challenges with courage. Challenges are part of life. What defines a meaningful life is not the absence of suffering, but how we respond to it. Nelson Mandela, after spending 27 years in prison, emerged with these words, "What counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others." The role of gratitude. Gratitude turns ordinary moments into blessings. When we are grateful, we recognize the richness already present in our lives. The Buddha encouraged gratitude as a mental habit to cultivate joy and dissolve greed. Personal growth. To live meaningfully, we must grow. Carl Jung believed that the purpose of life is the individuation process, the realization of our fullest self. We must face our fears, learn from mistakes, and become more whole with every experience. Creating, not consuming. While much of modern life emphasizes consumption, a meaningful life is creative. Whether it's writing, painting, teaching, gardening, or building, creation gives us purpose and leaves something of value for others. Time as a sacred resource, a meaningful life respects the value of time. As Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Each moment is a chance to live with awareness, to love, to contribute, and to reflect. Spiritual connection, meaning often deepens through spiritual exploration. Whether through prayer, meditation, or philosophical inquiry, connecting with something larger than ourselves, God, the universe, or inner awareness, guides us toward a higher path. The power of forgiveness, holding on to resentment, blocks growth. Forgiveness frees the heart. The Buddha taught, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. A meaningful life requires letting go, again and again. Joy in small things, meaning isn't always in grand acts. It's in the smile of a child, the warmth of sunlight, the kindness of a stranger. Thich Nhat Hanh taught, there is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. A meaningful life celebrates the small, sacred details of daily living. Leaving a legacy, we all long to be remembered, not just for what we achieved, but for who we were. A life lived with honesty, courage, and kindness becomes a gift to future generations. As Maya Angelou said, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Dying without regret. A truly meaningful life ends with peace, not regret. Bronnie Ware, a palliative nurse, wrote a book titled The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. Among them were, I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself. Let that remind us, each day is a chance to align with our truth. Conclusion. Meaning is a choice. To live a meaningful life is not a destination. It is a choice we make every day. It's about living consciously, serving selflessly, loving deeply, and growing continually. As the Buddha taught, meaning is found not outside, but within. Through compassion, wisdom, and presence, we can all create a life that matters.